Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. Please like and subscribe. And we'll check what we're doing now. And you can check out what I've done before. Come and see me in the future. Alright, so we got our quote-unquote SSG circuit on our transistors. All three of them. Then we got a cap. Alright, we got drive 1. There's 3 coils underneath here. We got drive 1, drive 2, which is a 4-filer coil. So you got two coils in the 4-filer. You got the 32 and the 26 as a drive and a trigger. Then you got a 28 and a 30 that I've connected in series and then connected to a bridge rectifier over here. So when the second coil is on, you get about 12 to 15 volts going into the third coil, which is hooked up right here. And we got our neon light down here indicating when that circuit is on. It only picks, starts coming on around 17, 18 volts in. All right, let's start her up. Now there's this cap right in the middle. In between the bridge rectifier and the third circuit. There it goes. Now the third one's on. See, the clips move around sometimes. You gotta readjust them. They do get readjusted, as you can see. And I got shocked by one of the transistors one time. It was, wow, you hear that? Wow. But as you can see, our neon bulb is still flashing, indicating there is activity in the circuit, enough to turn that bulb on. Okay, now that's number 2 and number 3 just kicked on. Now here's number 1. And number 1 is a tri-filer coil with an 18 and a 20 gauge drive and a 32 gauge trigger. That's amazing. That's our total amp draw. because I got them in series, so we got a lot less of an amp draw. Got a lot less speed though too. We're going a lot slower. Alright, so we're going to cut that. Now, the third, although we're not getting our neon light, there's still voltage going into the transistor. There's just no current, so we're not going to be able to light anything up, and it's only going to function with momentum. So, but it is happening, and there is loss on every turn, but there is functionality. See, there's 2.1 volts, and it's dropping rapidly, but going back in to the power supply. And you can hear it. Still cutting. But it's really faint because there's no current. And whatever current there is being generated, it's really not substantial. That's why I say no current. But of course, there's got to be some current. But you know, a milliamp or two is not substantial. It'll run like this, you know, and it'll continuously get slower, but and then once the voltage gets to zero, it'll continue to move, but it won't be running on the motor anymore. It'll be doing inertia and flywheel capabilities, which will be at this point very low capable, very incapable of flywheel. But see, now let's get a good look at this. It's still at 71. And then I think it'll drop to like 40 something. 71. That's how fast it's going. $63 was the next drop. I don't know. I have to believe that even without current, that third coil is pounding. Just, it's a little bit less each time you do a revolution because there is a lot of loss, especially in this build. But yeah, there's no way with the coils that I have to replace the current that is lost when you turn off the power. And the voltage without current is virtually useless. You got to have a little bit of current. See, now there's no voltage on the meter over here. And this is that motion that everybody says doesn't count. And you know what? I believe that you're right. It does not count as motion because it's pure inertia right now. It's not anything that I'm doing to make it happen. It's just happening. But that's awesome. All right. So I'm going to take this off and show you underneath real quick. Be right back. All right. So we've got main drive, which is 18 gauge, 20 gauge, and 32 gauge. The 18 gauge and the 20 gauge strands are connected in series in that order, from power to ground. Goes 18, 20. And then 32 gauge trigger, which is more than enough voltage to open the transistor, which is right here. Lining up all those clips so that nothing's touching is vital. It's not like you're necessarily going to burn everything out, but your stuff won't work right if they touch each other. So you want to really put some extra effort in. This is the second drive coil, which is a 4-filer coil. It's 26 gauge, 28 gauge, 30 gauge, and 32 gauge. And the 32 gauge and 26 gauge are the drive and the trigger. And then the other two, which would be the 30 and the 28, I hooked in series to generate two types of conductivity. One, when a magnet passes, you get a small amount of voltage, and it's getting caught in this bridge rectifier. So it goes from the coil to the bridge rectifier. And when you turn it on, the 26 gauge drive coil and the 32 gauge trigger coil are active, and they interact with each other, and that interaction can get picked up by the third and fourth strand. And what's neat is that even though you have them hooked together in series, they're both getting affected. So you get a double dose. It's really kind of neat how it amplifies things. Having it be in series like that, it's a double amplification because you get the in series part, which makes it a longer strand. But then as they're wrapped in the coil, they each get their own dose of being touched by the interaction between the trigger and the drive, it's just awesome. That could be something else, but I've noticed that it only happens when the trigger and the drive are in the same coil. This combination is powerful. You got to work with an external trigger to know what I'm talking about, but I do know what I'm talking about. And then the third drive here is being powered by the bridge rectifier, which goes up to about 16 volts. And each one of these coils has its own trigger. I pretty much mentioned that. And it's pretty cool. I got the indicator light over here, and voila. Thank you very much. Peace out. Have a great day. Please subscribe. Bye now.